she had came to me before and said, hey, would you like to be an instructor? And I remember telling her, no, I don't want to be an instructor and I never want to come back here. I'm so ready to go. So I'm Toni Robinson. I'm currently an instructor at Aveda Institute in Chapel Hill. I wanted to be a cosmetologist, but growing up, it was so taboo that you're not going to make any money, it's going to be long, hard hours on your feet, and nobody ever told me that if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter how many hours you spend on your feet or how long the hours are. And I think I missed a lot that I could have done at an earlier age because I didn't go into that. I had been so hard on myself thinking it was just my family and go off to college and get a degree and do all of that. But when I did it, my family said, well, we thought you were going to do it all the time. So I was beating myself up about something that they really did, expected me to do anyway, and I didn't do. So I had been a director of childcare for over 18 years. And I had traveled all over being military. So I'd been a director in Japan, a director in Italy, director in Germany, Maryland, Virginia, and that's how I actually got here to North Carolina. I was a director at a hospital in North Carolina for their child care. One thing I had to remember when I went to school here is that, you come here to get the basics. You have to enhance on what you've been given. And that means you have to research, you have to go out there and learn, you have to take classes, you have to expand on that. So never think that because you don't get everything you see on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, that you didn't get a good education, because that's not true. Never think that because you don't see it right there that you didn't get it. Believe me, if you went to Aveda, you got it. I went to work in a salon I graduated in 2013. And I went into salon, and then I actually started getting emails from some of my former teachers asking me about being an instructor. And it's so funny because I remember the day I graduated, Cheryl came to me, and Cheryl was my instructor, and she had came to me before and said, hey, would you like to be an instructor? And I remember telling her, no, I don't want to be an instructor and I never want to come back here. I'm so ready to go, And I just said that, and she just looked at me and she said, okay. And she asked me again, and I said, no, that was the day I was leaving. And I got an email from her and some other instructors that I had to come back in 2015. And I think that was like the best decision I ever made. When I came back in 2015, I came home. My teachers were always not just my instructors, but my friends. And they always taught me to, be true to myself, be true to what I do, learn. So it was very easy to come back home because it was just like I was coming back home to the people who had, made me the person that I am in this industry. I had an experience last year. I went and I worked at a prison in North Carolina, and I taught cosmetology to inmates. And I got 16 inmates that graduated and got their cosmetology license. And it was a wonderful experience, and I'm thankful for it. But all year, the year that I was gone to do that, I missed everybody here, and it was never the same. I almost fell out of love with what I do just because I didn't have, Aveda. I didn't have my family. I didn't have this atmosphere. I teach. I'm a natural teacher. I'm a natural teacher. Even when I was a director of childcare, it was nothing for me to come out of my office and go in the classroom and teach. So I've been teaching most of my life since I, became an adult. And I can't see myself doing anything else. I think that if I never did it, I'd regret it. The culture here is so good that everybody's so nurturing that even your classmates nurture you. So you'll make it through. I'll tell you, you'll make it through. There's no way you won't.